business of entertainment is something that we've got to take seriously as a country. Phumula sat down with Sibu Mabena to speak about just how she's been doing in that sector. Asibone.
Sibu Mabena is a creative consultant who's worked on shows such as the MTV Africa Music Awards, Casper Nyovest's Phillips series, as well as Afropunk, Brooklyn and Johannesburg. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Please tell us a bit about yourself.
So, as mentioned, I am a creative consultant. I own an agency called Mbuduma Collective, and some of the things we do are talent management. We do social media influencer strategies and campaigns. We also do event consulting and management, as well as creative direction for live shows. So I find myself in a number of different spaces, wearing different hats for different cool event properties and brands.
Oh, that's awesome. So, uqale kanjani? I think maybe for me now, that is exactly what a lot of entrepreneurs ababukele ekhaya would like to know. How did you start?
So, papayo, just dancing, meeting people, liking things, and I ended up working on a dance event called Strictly Hip Hop in Pretoria. I think I was 16 at the time, but I went from entering the competition to really wondering what goes behind the scenes and putting on this big event and wanting to be a part of that. So from Strictly Hip Hop, I worked on an event called Masters of Rhythm with Clinch, and that kind of solidified my idea or my thinking about where exactly I want to find myself, which is in the marketing and FMCG space. Through that, met a number of artists, met a number of brand people, and started connecting different dots because different people wanted to meet the people that I knew. So an artist would want sponsorship from a brand because they have an event coming up, and I would just connect the dots, and that's kind of how my ecosystem has grown. And I found that there were lots of gaps in the marketing industry, and I just became the person to fill those gaps in my own unique way. So to say how I started, very complex. There isn't a really step-by-step process. However, I identified problems, came up with creative solutions, and now I am kind of the go-to person for a few people.
Now, it's no secret ukuthi business into enzima kakhulu.
Yeah.
As a young woman in this particular space, in the entertainment and creative space, imaphi ama challenges usuke wahlangabezana nawo?
I think not particularly as a young woman, but as a young person, and then a person of color. We generally in this creative industry, we've come into a space that was traditionally run a certain way, and you get those, the old boys club that established the marketing industry, and now we're coming in as this millennial generation that is part of the urban main market, and we think we know what we are the target market, so why are you not speaking to us in our way? And coming in with that energy and those ideas can be received with pushback because there's the generation that has been doing things for so long, and those things work. Why break it? Why fix it if it's not broken? And we're coming in with new ideas and saying, no guys, there's different ways to do it. So I think proving that our ideas are valid, proving that our ideas have a place at the table, being in a boardroom with someone who's been an MD of an agency for 20 years, and you've only been doing this for 6 years. Just finding ways to convince people that you are right has been difficult, because sometimes you've got to prove before they believe. And proving means putting your own money behind it.
Spending resources,
your resources, your time, and then seeing the results later. So I think maybe the biggest challenge has been risk mitigation, if I can call it that.
Sure. And speaking of resources, where did you find the resources for you to start the business? Did you need seed capital? Now we're talking about money.
What I did was utilize myself as a resource first. So my brain, my ideas, that comes free.
So you didn't need money to start?
I genuinely was freelancing and doing work with my hands, my feet, my head, and saving. So from when I was about 14, I was babysitting. And turned 16, I became a choreographer and coach for the national dance team. And now making money. Then I'm working on events. From working on events, I'm still at school. And while still at school, I'm hustling. And then I registered my company just as I graduated so that I could start invoicing as a professional. And then I did research for a documentary and spent 3 months doing that. And I asked them to pay me a lump sum at the end. So I took a little bit just so I could have transport for my train, bus, etc. And then, yeah, everything they needed from me, I had inside of me. And I was able to get money. I got paid a lump sum of 90,000 rand. And that was all I needed to bankroll all the projects that I was doing going forward. So a lot of people say, yes, you need capital to start your business, but you also have yourself as a resource to generate that capital. And then that capital becomes your own money that you are investing in your business. I got my first loan from the bank maybe 2 years into my business, because then I was able to say, okay, I've got a big project and I have the capacity for it. I know I'll be able to pay this loan back. But I was very scared of iskoloto. If you don't, like my mother said, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. So make the money, save the money, use the money.
Oh, that's awesome. That's actually very inspiring. I'm pretty sure for entrepreneurs abugel.
It's not easy, I won't lie though.
Okay.
I think to some people it sounds like I'm oversimplifying it, but I just believe if you can be of service first to make money, then you'll be able to invest in what you need to do to produce products, if that is what your business does.
Awesome. So what is the message of motivation that you'd like to give to young entrepreneurs ababukele emakhaya?
Into ngabachela yona ukuthi it's so possible. Even when it seems it's impossible, it is possible. And it's only possible if you do it. Don't put your mind to it. Don't dream about it. Do it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have other people helping you do it, just do it. What Nike says, just do it. It's a real thing. We can romanticize business all we want. It's hard. I was in the office until 3:30 last night, and I was back in a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. It's hard, but it's so worth it. So as an entrepreneur, yours is to create, yours is to fix, yours is to service, and yours is to enjoy. Because at the end of the day, the fruits of your labor will come back to serve you. I think it's as simple as that, but it's as hard as that as well. So don't tire, don't be lazy, don't relax, and just do it.
Now I'm inspired. Thank you so much for coming on Kula.
Thank you guys. Thank you for the show. It's so important.
Yeah.
Thank you for the show. Thank you for spreading the entrepreneurship message, because unemployment won't be solved by anyone but people who create employment.